It's time for Michigan Fun on My Michigan TV, a weekly look at the top events in Michigan as presented by the state's leading authority on events, the Michigan Festival and Events Association. A full listing of events is available on MichiganFun.com. Michigan Fun is a production of My Michigan TV powered by Michigan Digital. Now, here's your host, President of the Michigan Festival and Events Association, Mike Sukin.
Hey, welcome to Michigan Fun, the show where we talk about the top festivals and events in the state of Michigan. I'm your host, Mike Sukin. And summertime and festival season are in full swing, which means we've got some great summertime traditions. Today's show, we're going to be talking about the Port Huron to Mackinac Yacht Race, and then we're going to be talking about the Charlevoix Venetian Festival. But first, welcome to the show, the president of the Gaylord Alpenfest, Mr. Ken Matei. Hey, Ken, how you doing today?
Pretty good, Mike. How about yourself?
I'm awesome. I'm absolutely awesome. I mean, you guys got to be, this is countdown.
Countdown, only a couple of weeks away, and our 58th annual Alpenfest here in Gaylord, Michigan. And we got a theme this year. It's called The Tradition Awaits at Alpenfest 58. And we're looking forward to it.
I love the rhyming. You must be a poet.
We try every year, yes. But we're excited about it because we're looking back 58 years ago when Alpenfest first started by a number of businesses here in the Gaylord area. And we're trying to bring that tradition back where everyone in town wears their lederhosen and dirndls and gets dressed up for the occasion. And we're also bringing back some of the old traditional games and events that occurred over the years. So we're pretty excited about it.
That's awesome. So what have you got in store for everyone that would be coming to Gaylord, the center of northern Michigan? I mean, you got a carnival. Did I hear that you have a beer tent an entertainment tent?
We have an entertainment tent, and for the first year in 58 years, we are going to be selling beer and wine underneath the pavilion during the concerts only. So some changes that have occurred in the 58 years that we've been going on. But actually, we started the festival schedule back in May when we had our classic auto show, and that was May, I believe it was 19th. And we had a number of cars, even though it was still raining that day, participate. And this is for the second year in a row we've started that tradition. And so we hope to keep that going for many more years to come. But then also this year, we're starting actually on Saturday, July the 8th, when we have the Genesee Valley Concert Band coming in. And they're 40 pieces strong, and they will be playing a concert that will have music that'll come from the 4th of July. Also various tunes, both current and past. So we're pretty excited about having them on board Saturday, July 8th at 7 o'clock p.m. And then we kind of go into Sunday, July 9th, when we actually put on our dirndls and our lederhosen, and we actually sweep the streets. Probably close to 100 people come out and with their brooms, and we sweep 3 city blocks and clean up everything, so everything's spick and span come Tuesday, July the 11th for the start of Alpenfest. So that's kind of how we begin our Alpenfest here in Gaylord.
I think some people might call that community pride.
It is. You see folks in their black jackets and folks from all ages take part at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they come out as families, sweep the entire street and also sidewalks and clean everything up so it's spotless.
That's awesome. Carnival on Main Street again?
The carnival starts at 2 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon, July the 11th. We have TJ Schmidt back for another year, and we're excited about that. He's bringing some new rides with him. And that's the kickoff. 2 o'clock opening ceremonies are at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on July 11th. And then we follow that up by the Alpenfest Idols. So if any of your listeners want to come out and try their singing talents and be in the preliminary round, come on out underneath the pavilion at 5 o'clock and we'll get you registered. Starts at 5:30. And hopefully you could be a winner come Friday when we do the finals in our Alpenfest Idol contest. That goes till 7 o'clock. And then we have the band Power Play Detroit coming on board with us. They're from Detroit, Michigan. They just won the Our Magazine Best Band of the Year here a couple of weeks ago. So we're excited to bring them on board. They'll play till 10 o'clock. And then we have what's called Burning of the Boog. And what it is, Mike, it's probably a 10-foot high wooden and paper mache type of a man that looks like our Alpenfest person. And we fill it up with little pieces of paper of everyone's troubles and wishes. And then we set it up in flames about 10 o'clock in the afternoon. And all your troubles should go away once that's all burned. And that's been a tradition for over the 58 years.
That is so cool. And I mean, that symbolism. I bet you get quite a few people to participate in it. Matter of fact, I think I'm coming over. I'm going to bring a truckload of all my. I don't have a truckload. And I'm also, but I am going to do you a favor. I am not going to enter the talent contest because you don't want to hear me sing.
I don't. Come on and give it a try at least.
They call that comic relief.
So that's our opening day on July the 11th. And then July 12th, we have a walking parade that starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. We encourage everyone to dress for that as well. And they walk about a half a mile to the pavilion here in downtown Gaylord. And we have the world's largest coffee break that takes place. And originally it was a real big iron bowl that we made coffee out of. But over the years, it kind of just got a little too rough looking for us. So we're back to coffee pots right now. But we serve around 300 people coffee and donuts, and we have a little entertainment. And that's the kickoff to Wednesday morning, July the 12th. Then we have our games that go on throughout the afternoon. Ethnic Alley is open. We have about 14 vendors serving various different foods from all over the world. 12 o'clock, we've got a pizza eating contest going on. And then something special this year, we've got a chainsaw carving demonstration for charity going on in our Alpenstrasse, which is the center piece of Alpenfest. And we're going to be carving various wood artifacts, and we're going to be auctioning them off and raffling them off later on the day. And those proceeds are going to 5 different charities here in the Gaylord community. So we're excited about that. It's a new event for the year. And then come 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we have our pie eating contest. So if anyone feels like they want to have a chocolate pie, come on down. We've got probably 60 pies to be consumed and take part in that contest in the afternoon. We have an art tent going on, various art classes and also art projects for the kids and the family. That takes place starting on Wednesday all the way through Saturday. And then as we go throughout the day, we have an Alpenfest Cornhole tournament that actually begins. That starts on Wednesday, goes through Saturday as well, cash prizes. 5 o'clock, we've got a 14-piece German band coming in. That's going to be a lot of fun, as we've got a number of different crowd participation numbers that are go on from 5 until 8, and they play German music as well. They're out of the Bay City, Midland area. And then finally, our 8 o'clock concert that night is Bruno Mars, Taylor Swift tribute concert, and that's by 22K Magic, so that should be pretty exciting. It's not the real Taylor Swift, but it'll give a flavor, and we should have a big crowd for that evening's concert.
It's amazing all the things that are going on right here in the heart of northern Michigan. And I wish you guys a whole lot of luck. I don't think you're going to need a whole lot of luck because it sounds like you've already dotted the I's and crossed the T's. So can anybody wanting additional information on Alpenfest in Gaylord, where do they go to get that information?
They could go to our website, and they could also go to our Facebook page. And both places have schedules and a list of all the events that we have going on throughout the week. Our festival ends Saturday night at 9:00 p.m. So it's a packed schedule the entire week long. And we encourage everyone to come out, have fun. It's a family event. Each year, the festival grows bigger and bigger. I think last year we had somewhere between 85 and 87,000 people, it was estimated, throughout the week. And we're hoping to grow that even further this year. And again, it's a lot of fun. Most of the events are free. We do have a $5 pin, and we have food giveaways throughout the entire week. And that $5 pin will get you hot dogs and Cokes and chips and ice cream sundaes and breakfasts, you name it. And it's all for $5, plus all the free entertainment.
That's awesome. Well, Ken, thank you very much for being with us. You guys got a lot going on, and I urge everybody to get on their motorcycle, their bicycle, their car, their truck, whatever they got, and get to Gaylord, Michigan, because Alpenfest is happening, and it is going to be a fun time. Thanks, Ken.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Well, that ends up that segment of the show. But don't go away, because we got a lot of great stuff coming back. We're going to be talking next to the Port Huron to Mackinac Yacht Race. Be right back.
What makes a destination special? Experience wide open spaces, peaceful lakes, winding trails, sweeping vistas, and flowing rivers. All natural, all good, all fun. Your all outdoors adventure awaits at GaylordMichigan.net.
Welcome back to Michigan Fun, a weekly look at the festivals, events happening across the state of Michigan. Our next guest is Mr. Kevin Thomas, the chairperson of the Port Huron to Mackinac Yacht Race. Hey, Kevin, how are you doing today?
Well, I am doing well, Mike. Thank you for having me on the show.
Glad to have you. Let me see. Port Huron to Mackinac, I believe this is what, your 99th consecutive year running this race?
Yes, it is the 99th straight, and that makes us the longest consecutively run freshwater distance race in the world.
You must have been a young man when that started.
I was a very young man. I am fortunate that this is my 23rd straight Mackinac race, but there's many people who have logged 50 plus over the years, so I still have quite a bit of catching up to do on my end.
As a lot of us do. So this is put on by the Bayview Yacht Club, and it's hosted through Port Huron, and the race ends at beautiful Mackinac Island. Talk about beautiful spots to be from. I mean, this is one of those iconic events that happen in the state of Michigan that we're blessed to have something like this. What are the festivities that people that are attending the event to watch the star? What is it that they can experience in Port Huron?
Yeah, so the race is hosted by Bayview Yacht Club, but they learned early on that you do not want to sail all the way from the Detroit River up to Mackinac Island because it might take you forever when you get stuck in the current. So they tacked on early on and they partnered with Port Huron Yacht Club, and it is actually their 100th anniversary this year. And Port Huron always hosts a boat night the night before the race. So that's going to be Friday, July 14th. And since it's their 100th, I am sure they are going to be pulling out all the cards this year to entertain folks. So Port Huron is going to be a good place to be come Friday, the 14th. That's for sure.
So I think I saw a PBS program. I think it was PBS, where they talked about uh, the importance of this race. That even during World War II, the yacht club had contacted the president's office to see whether or not they should run that, and the president said, "By all means, go for it." I mean, you guys got some stoic history. I mean, this is just amazing.
Yeah, they really do. And that is a pretty interesting piece of history because they did get a special dispensation to run the race during World War II. And the idea there is that sailing, particularly back then in the 40s, was something that the Navy in particular appreciated in preparing our armed forces for combat and the skills that it takes to run naval vessels and things of that nature. And that's why they gave us that dispensation. And that's also why we're the longest consecutively run race. So it really is a pretty cool piece of history.
So when people think of a yacht race, there's most people minds go to those professional speed racing sailing yachts, but this race is not exclusive to the racing yachts. This is open to just about every category known that anybody wants to make the trip from Port Huron to Mackinac Island. True?
That's true. We have over 200 boats registered for the race this year, which we are pretty excited about because that's the first time that we have broken 200 since the pandemic. And of that fleet, approximately 45 of those will be part of the cruising class. Now, we have two courses for the race. There's the shore course, which, as it sounds like, goes right up the shore directly from Port Huron to Mackinac Island. There is also a Cove Island course, which heads up to the very northeast corner of the lake. Then you make a left-hand turn before going to Mackinac Island. All of the cruising course boats will be going up the shore. And then there's a split between some of the smaller and larger boats that will then go to Cove Island and head into Mackinac from there. So couple different courses, but a fun ride either way, that's for sure.
So from the time that the starting gun to the last boat, or let's go, the first boat shows up at Mackinac Island, approximately how long a trip is that, time-wise?
Well, everyone always asks that, and the answer is always, it depends on the wind, right? We don't have any control over that. The short course is a little over 250 nautical miles. The Cove course is a little bit short of 300. And, boats will start arriving anywhere from Sunday, really Sunday night. The race starts Saturday afternoon, and some of the fast guys will get up there pretty darn quickly. And we've had years, though, when it's slow weather, there's boats that have finished well into Tuesday. So it just depends. All you can do is put up the right sails, and hopefully the winds will get you there sooner rather than later.
And if you watch the weather forecast, you might want to pack a lunch.
Yeah. As you might imagine, we're all very cognizant of the weather before the race. And fortunately, technology has made that a bunch easier. But there's always a certain part of guesswork when it comes to the weather. And sometimes you go the right way, sometimes you don't.
I get it. Sometimes you don't have to be in a boat to have that problem.
That's a fact.
Well, Kevin, I look forward to this. This is, as I said, this is one of those iconic events that happens in the state of Michigan. And I want to thank the Bayview Yacht Club, Port Huron for participating, Mackinac Island, and all the 200 boats that are participating for this. I think that this is absolutely fantastic. How does, if anybody wants to get any additional information or be able to track the progress, do you guys have a website that they could check this out on?
We do. The official race website is just bycmac.com. And for those who actually want to follow around the race itself, it's tracked, and there's an app on the App Store. It's just called YB Races. The YB stands for Yellow Brick. And if you download that app, you can then download the race itself, and it will actually track the boats live as they head up Lake Huron come mid-July.
That's awesome. Awesome. Great information, great news. I hope a lot of people track that because it's, as I said, it's an iconic event here in the state of Michigan. And thank you for being with us today to share that information. Thanks, Kevin.
Well, and thanks for having me on, Mike.
Well, coming up next, we're going to be talking to the president of the Charlevoix Venetian Festival. Be right back.
We are connected to our Lake Huron shoreline, all 93 miles of it. Hidden bays and marinas dot our shores. Points of entry to our world. Open waters and waves, alive with people at play. Inspiration floats on sparkling waves. We are in awe of its strength and in love with its allure. We nurture it, play in it, savor it. Huron County Waters.
Welcome back to Michigan Fun, a weekly look at the top festivals and events in the state of Michigan. With us today is Dan Barron, the president, CEO, organizer, the chief cook and bottle washer of the Charlevoix Venetian Festival. Welcome, Dan. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing well, and mainly chief cook and bottle washer. That captures it, Mike.
But you look very festive in your holiday shirt. So, of course, wait a second. You're in Charlevoix.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
in Charlevoix. Every day's a holiday.
Well, Charlevoix, the beautiful this time of year is hard to top. Yeah, and we are kicking into festival mode, most definitely. This will be the 93rd annual Charlevoix Venetian Festival. So we go all the way back to 1930. When the festival started as a celebration of sailboats after a sailing regatta. They chose back in the day to light Japanese candle lanterns on the sailboats, circled around Lake Harbor in the very first Charlevoix Venetian boat parade.
You guys got so much going on. And yes, Charlevoix is one of those towns that has something going on all the time, but the Venetian Festival attracts people from all over the state of Michigan to come there. You've got, the boat parade at night with all the lights on it. You got concerts every night, and when I say concerts, you guys get some big names up there.
Yeah, we're very proud to be able to do that and to provide it to our community as free admission concerts. This year, two of our national acts are the Little River Band and Easton Corbin. We do that a little earlier in the week because then we really get big and loud come Friday and Saturday nights.
Big and loud in Charlevoix.
It is a wonderful time, but, Mike, beyond all the festivities and entertainment, it's a homecoming celebration here in Charlevoix, and it's something that really brings the community together and strengthens our bonds of community with hundreds of volunteers that step forward to make this happen, and hundreds of donors that contribute to allow us to bring all this great entertainment on primarily a free admission basis.
It is an amazing event, and there is a lot of things going on. The streets are packed with people having a great time, going from store to store, checking out the activities. I've said many a times that festivals are a major contributor to our tourism dollars because it brings so many people into our towns to spend money that normally wouldn't. And when you have a festival like the Venetian Festival that lasts for a whole week. It's fantastic. I mean, I've been to the festival. It's a fantastic festival. The park there where the bandshell is an amazing place to watch a show or just watch what's going on out on Round Lake. The character of having a drawbridge on a major state highway, and people don't complain about the traffic because it's part of living in Charlevoix. It's fantastic. It's just my hats off to you, Dan. You guys got going on there. Your volunteers, your farmers markets, your craft bazaars, your downtown businesses. Wait a second, I'm supposed to be interviewing you.
Thanks. You're doing a great job, Mike. Keep it up. One thing, it's really kind of heartwarming to see the reaction of our locals here when friends and family and visitors from across the country come up to Charlevoix, sleepy little town of Charlevoix, 5,000 people, and they're absolutely astounded that we can stage a festival of this size and just all the sensational events.
I know some of the people that live up there, and to have family and friends come up and stay with them for the week or a part of the week, whatever their schedules or their lives will allow them. Everybody looks forward to that. The people that traveling up there look forward to it. The people that live up there look forward to it, which is sometimes you don't hear that oh my gosh, all the visitors are in town. I don't get that feeling when I go to Charlevoix. It's welcome to Charlevoix. And again, some of my fondest memories are sitting in the park watching the parade of boats. I mean, that's just.
Yeah, it really is a visual spectacle for sure. There's no doubt about it. It's hard to compare what we do with any other location.
Well, it's a beautiful community. It's a beautiful part of our state. You guys got a lot of things going on. In addition to all of the things, one of the items that I think I was remiss on is you also have a full carnival. So there's things for the kids to do.
Yeah, we do. We have a carnival, and we have had the good fortune over the past few years of being able to close down Bridge Street, which is the main drag through Charlevoix for 4 days. It's actually US Highway 31. And the carnival is right across the street from the park, and everything just interacts together, and it's a wonderful family environment. Parents can be in the park by the band shell on the waterfront, hearing concerts, and right across the street is the carnival, where the kids just have a wonderful time. And it just, everything connects together, and the stars seem to align for us during Venetian Week.
Well, Dan, I want to thank you very much for being with us today and sharing a glimpse of what is available in Charlevoix and at the Venetian Festival. I think that your event is going to be, once again, a stellar event. And I can tell you that I plan on attending, so I'll see you in person.
Well, I look forward to that. Absolutely. I look forward to us down there in the park celebrating Venetian.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you as well, Mike.
Well, that wraps up another show. I want to thank all of our guests for being with us. And if you want to know more about those guests and their activities or their events, check them out at their website or MichiganFun.com, where you'll find out everything about every festival in the state of Michigan. I'd also like to thank our producer, Jared Clark, and the entire staff at My Michigan TV. That's MYMITV.com. MYMITV.com. All Michigan, all the time. Everything, whether it's live or pre-recorded, is right there. Until next week, I look forward to seeing you right back here again. Get out there and have some fun.